Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this quick video, which is recording number 2, I had a little oopsie. I'm going to show you how you can make some Christmas banners for practically free using this gorgeous design that came in the November 2023 Magnolia Craft Club box. And if you are not a member of Craft Club yet, you should join. Oh my goodness. Every month you get a whole project. This month, for the month of November, we got this gorgeous design stencil, which I've already used 10 times. And we got the supplies to make this adorable craft paper scroll. And there was enough left over that I could make this one too. So it's an awesome deal. Let me know in the comments if you would like information. The stencils are reusable many times. But what we're going to be making today are some canvas duck banners. And that kit came with these 2 dowels, which I opted not to use for the scrolls. I'm going to use them now for these canvas banners. But you could use a regular type of a dowel. You would want to get one, ideally, that's just a little bit longer than how wide you're going to cut your fabric. So this is one of the colors. I'm using 2 different colors of canvas duck that you can find at pretty much any fabric store. This is white and this is oatmeal. Oatmeal is my favorite, but white is nice too. Okay, and you're going to decide what you want the size of your banner to be. I would say 11.5 wide for this particular stencil by 14.5 to 16, 17 inches long. And you're just going to get your canvas stuck out and tear it. And to tear it, you're basically just going to take a little snip. I'm just using this small piece to show you. Whoops, and it's on the floor now. And then you'll just tear it, take off the strings, and you get these lovely fringed edges. We're going to be making bookmarks with these sometime next week, so be on the lookout for that. All right, so I have one that's all ready to go. I did iron it before I'm starting because it was super crumpled. It was in my box over here and looking pretty bad. And I might fringe this up a little bit more after I'm done, but I'm just going to take my stencil off of the backing sheet. I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper underneath it, but I know from personal experience that this canvas that I'm using is so thick that nothing's going through. And you're just going to decide, where do you want it? I want to leave enough room, can you see right here, that I can fold this over and hem it basically on the back. So let's go scooch down just a little bit. So I'm going to show you this idea in 2 colors, the oatmeal and the white. And let me just say, excuse me, canvas duck is pretty affordable. You want to get the thickest that you can. And for a piece of fabric this big, it's got to be less than 50 cents. So these are super affordable to make. Okay, and you can reuse this stencil over and over and over. This one here, have used about 10 times. And I'm going to show you some of the other projects that I have going on here in just a minute. Let me put this here so I don't forget. Okay, I'm using ink, but let me say this. For this project, you could use chalk paste if you want, because although this is fabric, it's never going to be washed. It's not going to get wet, and it's not really going to be handled. So you could technically get away with using chalk paste, but I try to just, if it's fabric, I use ink. And you'll know you're using ink. All of this comes from magnoliadiy.com. If it has a white lid, that is ink. The black lids are chalk paste. So I'm just going to get this fully adhered. I'm going to stir up my ink a little bit. Put a couple blobs on here. or judge how much I'm gonna need. I'm using a kind of part squeegee, and I'm gonna put my glasses on, and I'm going to just basically pull the ink through the holes in my stencil, get it all covered, pull up the globs, and then stop. You don't want to go over and over and over and over and over, because when you do that, what happens is you end up pushing too much ink through the holes in your stencil, and then the fabric will kind of suck that up. It's just what it's going to want to do, and spread it out. So you won't get a crisp look. And I'm not pushing very hard. I hope you notice that. Okay, all of this is going to go back in my little pot. And I'm just going to look to make sure I got everything covered. The ends of my letters and all that. And this is such a beautiful design. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. The stencil is adhesive. It's not going to slip slide all over the place, which is great. And if I was putting this on a t-shirt or a tea towel or a tote bag or a pillow or something, I would heat set it with a hot iron when it was done. Ooh, I see one spot where I really didn't get it pushed through. Let's peek. Just a little bit. Ooh, I need to push maybe a little bit harder. That's one great thing, is that you can lift and peek. Maybe in an effort to be gentle, I was not pushing hard enough at all. Let me peek at this side. Oh, looks great. Looks great. It's beautiful, you guys. This design is amazing. Okay, this is going to go in my tub of water over here. Just until I can get out to my kitchen to spray this off and to lay my stencil on the counter, sticky side up, to dry. Look how beautiful that is. I opted to do all black because I love that look, but you could do different pieces of it in different colors if you would like. What do you think? Okay, this is going to take at least 2 hours, if not a little bit longer, to fully dry before I can fuss with it too much. So before I came live, I did the other one, and we're going to take it all the way to completion, and basically the steps would be the same with this. Let me just lay this over here, and I will get pictures so that you can see. All right, before we go on to completion with this other one, let me show you some of the awesome projects that I've made with that beautiful design. Okay, I made this chalkboard for my kitchen. It's sitting, I went out and grabbed it. It's sitting behind my stove, and I didn't use the full stencil because it wouldn't fit, but what I really love about this design are these pine cones and this little ribbon, and then I love the font. Isn't that pretty? I also made this tin wall pocket that I painted with plaster colored Waverly paint. It came from Goodwill. And I just used the garland on the top of it. Isn't that pretty? And then I also made this wood slice. Love this. I feel like I made something. Oh, I made this. I'll show you. And I'm probably going to do either a pillow wrap or a pillow as well, because it's just the most perfect Christmas time design. Okay, this is a rolling pin that I've had hanging out for a long time. I don't know where I got it, probably at Goodwill. and I just used white chalk paste to jazz it up, and I'll put it in my kitchen. I have a basket full of rolling pins that I have decorated. Yeah, I think that's what I have so far. Okay, so I made this one, and it's fully dry, and it's been heat set. This is the white canvas duck. Isn't that so pretty? The font of this is amazing. Okay, and I just figured out where I wanted my dowel to go, and I gave it a quick press right there to make sure that I was straight. All right. And we are going to use, I'm using my, whoops, my low temperature hot gluing device from Surebonder. And I'm using some of this, how did I get my finger dirty? Some of this grosgrain black ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to put a little band up here at the top. And then we'll fold it over. So I want to make sure it's straight. I'm going to glue this on the front first. Yeah, that looks pretty straight. I'm going to glue this on the front first, and then we'll flip it over and hem it. And of course, you can, okay, you can embellish this however you like. Whoopsie. There goes one of my dowels. All right, notice how fringy my edges are. I kept pulling strings out to get that effect. I may pull a few more out on the bottom. So where this ribbon is basically going to be where I will glue my little pocket shut, and then we'll cut off the excess. So I'm just going to try to do the whole thing in one swoop. And get that straight. Alrighty. Now you can kind of see through the front to the back. So I'm going to trim this off right here. Neatly-ish. That doesn't look very neat, but I'll come back and tidy that up a little bit on the back. This is going to be for my house, and I'm not fussy. Okay, and then I'm going to fold a little bit of this over the edge. I'm leaving the fringe. I'm not pushing the fringe out of the way. So what I've got going on here is a pocket. All right, let's finish this side. If I was making this as a gift, then I would fold everything under him and make it all super professional and neat. But for my house, I don't care what the back looks like. All right, and then we could absolutely paint our dowel. This was the dowel. There were two of them that came in the Magnolia November Craft Club box. They're a little bit longer than 12 inches. These are, I suppose, about 13 and a half inches long. But I could use a shorter one. But what I wanted to just say is that unlike a piece of brown craft paper, brown shipping paper, whatever you want to call this, you don't need anything inside of it to hang it, and it will still lay straight because it's so lightweight. You are going to need something to go inside of this pocket to hold the whole thing up so it's not sagging in the middle. I have probably, I don't know, 60 cents worth of materials into this. Isn't that lovely? And then you could use absolutely whatever you want to hang it. I have some of this, I think I bought this at Craft Warehouse several years ago in Boise, Idaho. Or, I don't know, it might be available in other craft stores. It is black hemp cord, and that is what I'm going to use. What is happening here? For my hanger, I also pulled out this macrame cording, or you could use twine, or you know that baker's, that pretty baker's rope that's like black and white or red and white. I couldn't find mine, but that would probably be the most ideal thing to use. But I'm going to use what I have, and I'm just going to do a little knot here. I can tuck that. And I could put wood beads on here. So I'm gonna cut these short. So here is a beautiful, it's the most wonderful time of the year, Christmas banner made with canvas duck fabric for sure under $1. And I mean, probably more like 60 cents worth of supplies into this. And if you're wondering how many times can you use one of the stencils from Magnolia DIY.com, the company says 20-ish, but I say 40 or possibly 50. If you keep them clean, which is to wash it promptly. That's why mine's sitting in water till I can get out to the kitchen to wash it. I use a stencil cleaner sponge, which is an item you can get from MagnoliaDIY.com. Sometimes a little bit of dish soap on the front. As soon as it's clean, the screens are clear, I lay it on my counter with the sticky side up to dry, and then I put it right back on the backing sheet on the shiny side, and I lay it flat in my drawer. And I am not even kidding, I have some stencils in my drawer that I have probably used more like 50 to 60 times. They look terrible, but they still work great. So this design that comes in the November kit, I will use it for, I'm probably gonna do, I think I said before, either a pillow or a pillow wrap with it. And then maybe a t-shirt, I'm not sure. But then I'll put it away when Christmas comes around, and it'll kind of be in a folder here in a cabinet. And then next year for Christmas, I'll pull it out and I'll use it then. I'll tuck it away, then I'll pull it out the year after. So these are really a good investment. And this design is only available during the month of November for Craft Club members. So it's exclusive, you can't purchase it. Craft Club is $22.95 per month. It includes everything, a surface, the medium, whether that's chalk paste or ink, an squeegee, the stencil, the reusable stencil, instructions, a video, and then whatever doodads there are. Like this month we got a ton of twine, but it's been all kinds of other things that they've included. So it's a whole entire project in a box for $22.95 plus tax and shipping, and it's just a fabulous deal. It's big. They switch it up every month. It's a great way to learn how to use stencils and ink. And anyways, if you haven't joined yet, I would love to invite you to join my club. Just let me know if you want a link to my website so you can just go and take a peek. And then if you want, sign up there. Debbie says she can't wait to get hers. Oh my gosh. I personally think this design is one of the prettiest they've ever done. You can do just the little floral part with the pine cones and the holly berry. You could do just the words. You can do the whole thing. You can do it on a huge variety of different surfaces. Make all kinds of different projects with it. And I love this one. So it'll be a keeper for me. And I'll be bringing it out next year. I will get you a link for the craft club information, Lisa. Thanks for asking. Okie dokie. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I will get this one finished up when it's fully dry. It's going to be very similar to this, except I made it in this oatmeal colored canvas deck as opposed to this white canvas deck. And this canvas is a little bit thicker, but it's going to be beautiful. So I'll get pictures, put them here in the comments. I will also just put them on DiyDreaming. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Do it this or this. If you liked this quick video or this idea, you can use absolutely any stencil that you would like to create one of these fabric banners that you just use a dowel to hang on and some canvas deck fabric. So I hope that I inspired you with an idea that maybe you haven't thought about before. They make great hostess gifts. They're just good to give to, they can go on an inside door with one of those little command hooks because they're so lightweight. And anyways, all right, well, thanks for joining me. I hope to see you guys later. If not, have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.